Shabbat Shalom family, this is brother NamirYAH, and today we're going to be talking about envy and emulations. Emulation and envy are two works of the flesh that all Hebrew Israelites and all people should guard themselves from, because it causes us to hate our brothers and sisters, families and friends, and it could tear relationships apart, and it could tear our relationship with Yahuwah apart, because we're not being grateful for the blessings that he's given us, and we're going after other people's blessings. Book of Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 4. Wrath is cruel, and anger is outrageous, but who is able to stand before envy? As it says in the book of Proverbs, envy is stronger than wrath. So when we're envious towards somebody, it opens the door for many other sins. So let's take a look at the story of Joseph and see how Joseph's brothers were envious towards him and ended up sinning against him and his family. The book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 3. Starting at verse 2. These are the generations of Yaakov. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah, and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. Now Yisrael loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him, and could not speak peaceably unto him. So Joseph's brothers hated Joseph because Jacob loved him. Well, Israel loved him more than his brothers. So they became envious and jealous of him. Let's skip down to verse 9. Verse 9. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it to his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. And he told it to his father and to his brethren. And his father rebuked him, and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to see thee to the earth? To bow down ourselves to thee to the earth? And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the saying. So we see that his brothers envied him because of the dreams and because of the Ruach HaKodesh and the Holy Spirit that was flowing through him, and they envied that and wanted it for themselves, and they ended up selling him into slavery just because of, well, they were going to kill him, but they ended up selling him to slavery. The book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 19. And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit, and we will say, Some evil beast has devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. So even though they don't kill him, they at least thought about it, which is wicked, about killing your own brother and your own flesh and blood. That's what envy will do to you. Like it says in Proverbs, envy is stronger than wrath. It is important that we're happy and grateful for the gifts that Yahuwah gives us, because many of us have gifts, and we shouldn't be envying after other people's gifts, because everybody is different. What somebody else is good at may not be what you're good at. So you can't be watching somebody else and envying what they have instead of developing what you already have and what Yahuwah has given you. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 31. Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do all to the glory of Elohim. So everything that we do must be used to glorify Yahuwah, which means our talents, our gifts, everything that we're good at must be used to build the body of Yahushua and Yahuwah, and to build the kingdom. We got to use those to help others and to do good works so that we can be worthy of the kingdom. If we spend our time envying others and wishing we had the same gifts that they had, then Yahuwah will take away the gifts that we already have because we're not using it, and then he'll give it to somebody else, and then we'll have nothing. So we need to use what we have to grow and build ourselves in the kingdom in righteousness and to allow and to grow our wisdom and our kindness and our judgment, and allow and grow it to a point where we can edify others. The book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 16. A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men. So when we use our gifts, then Jehovah will give us glory, and he'll bring us before like high men and powerful men, and allow us to use our gifts on a greater scale. So if we use our talents and everything that we've learned for righteousness, then Jehovah will strengthen that gift, and he'll grow it and allow it to manifest and help other people, a lot more people than if we just did it on our own. So if we continue to strengthen ourselves and not envy others and what other people have, and focus on the gifts that we have, Jehovah will even give us more gifts, and he'll bring us before he'll bring us before kings and wise men, and people of standing, and help us spread our gifts around and reach a lot more people. Many of us, young and old, envy celebrities and people of high standing like Drake or Travis Scott, or rappers, basketball players. We envy those type of peoples, and then we end up trying to be just like them, but their path leads down to wickedness. So if we try to be like them, then it'll lead us to wickedness. The book of Proverbs, chapter 24. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them, for their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. So envying celebrities and people that are wicked, it'll make us like them, and it'll make us devise wicked imaginations, and it'll lead us down the wrong path. Book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 19. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked, for there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. So a time is going to come when the wicked will be judged. So if we're being and acting like the wicked when that time comes, then we're going to face the same punishments that they face. So we need to stay steadfast and stay holy. Envy can also lead to emulation, which is copying or trying to be like somebody to the T, which is like copying somebody's style, or wearing the same clothes as somebody else wears, or trying to follow like trends and things like that. That's called emulation, and that's another work of the flesh. If we do that, then our minds will be clouded and we'll have wicked imaginations, and that can lead us to evil. We see a lot of this type of stuff even in schools, and people my age, they'll copy fashion icons like Fashion Nova, and they'll copy those types of clothing, and they'll not be wearing modest apparel and things like that just because somebody else, like celebrities, are wearing it, not because they really want to wear it. It's because they want to be like celebrities, and that can lead us down the wrong path. But when we grow up, we'll still hold on to those types of things, and we'll end up doing it for our whole lives. And when the time comes to change, we'll be so fixed on that we won't change. So it's important to fix it sooner rather than later. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. For the forward is abomination to Jehovah, but his secret is with the righteous. So as I said before, we can't choose the way of the wicked. We can't follow after what they do and after what they say is right. We need to follow what Jehovah says is right and what Yehoshua did. We need to follow after what Yehoshua did and follow after his image. Yehoshua never sinned, so we should be following after him and not after the world. So in conclusion, we shouldn't be envying after the righteous. We shouldn't be envying after the wicked. We should be following after what Yehovah says, and we should be following the fruits of the Spirit rather than the works of the flesh. We need to be steadfast, and we need to keep ourselves holy and set apart. And we shouldn't emulate the celebrities. We shouldn't emulate the people of high standing, because they're wicked. High people in this world are not righteous. They usually do things to get that position, which are wicked. So we need to focus on being righteous to Yahweh, and learning and growing our gifts, and not envying after other people's gifts. We need to be strengthening ourselves and guarding ourselves from all evil, and closing our third eye to anything that could be evil or that could have evil things inside of it. So shalom and peace be with you.